The camera's like invert.
Is this your first time being on Facebook Live?
First time. Well, with someone else, you know.
Yeah, gotcha. Didn't know if you'd done any podcasts or interviews before.
Actually, I just did my first one. I think it was last week or the week before or something, somewhere around there, or
Gotcha.
2 weeks, like 2 weeks.
Congrats on all that. Starting to make it big. I figure I'd try to catch you before you start becoming big and famous, and I can't talk to you anymore. So, good morning, everyone. This is Ha with Happy Strong You. We have, do you want me to call you Professor, or what do you want me to call you? Black Belt, Kevin Williams with us. You're trying to get used to that?
Yeah.
Awesome. If you're tuning in, just comment. Let me know if you have any questions. Say hi. I appreciate Kevin just coming on because I actually saw your post and I was like, oh crap, I better at least come talk to you, say hi before you jet out to the nice Florida land out there. So I guess talk about how that all came about. I know you've been working with AGF for a while, for a long time.
Yeah, I've been working with AGF for, I think like 8 years or something like that, somewhere around there. And I just became really good friends with Brandon Quick and Chris, and it just kind of, it happened. I feel like the stars just aligned for everything to happen. I'm pretty excited. But Brandon was like, I'm moving to Florida, and some things occurred here, and I just needed more money, and it worked out perfectly. So, yeah.
Well, happy for you guys. Congrats. Tell Jupe I said hi. So now is her name, Jupe is your wife. How long you guys been married?
That's a strange story. We've been married for I guess we've been together 8. We were together 8, and then we were married for 5. But we actually split up, and things kind of changed there too, you know. But we're still good friends, and we're co-parenting really well. And
gotcha. Sorry, I didn't know that.
No, it's okay. Really, no one really knew because I really don't put most of my business out there. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But you have a beautiful son.
Yeah, we have 2 kiddos together. They look just alike. So
nice. So let's talk about your journey, your jiu-jitsu journey. When did you start, and what made you decide to get into it?
I started actually. Hold on, I got a call. I started in, I guess it would be 2009, but I had gotten into some trouble, and while I was, paying for that trouble, that's when I started jiu-jitsu. And I actually went to prison, and like while I was in prison, that's when I found jiu-jitsu. Like the cellie that I had, he'd actually trained jiu-jitsu, and I had been fighting a lot, and we liked watching the UFC fights. He's like, bro, I can show you how to do that. I can show you all this stuff. But he was showing me stuff like the guillotine and the sit-up sweep, triangles and arm bars, the basic competitive stuff. And I think it was then when I decided I wanted to do something combative. I think MMA was like my first goal or objective, but I think jiu-jitsu just kind of took over, kind of fell in love with it. Anyways, when I got out, I started training at AMA, and I just took off. I haven't looked back since.
awesome. Yeah, that's and then look at you now as far as you're able to. When did you start teaching? When did you start coaching over at AMA? Because you're a student, you started teaching.
I was training at AMA, and I think it was I was 1 year into blue belt. My buddy William Pierce, Willie, he opened up the gym in Shawnee, and I guess Tyler Shin was teaching, but his schedule changed, and then Willie offered me the teaching job, or teaching Muay Thai kickboxing. I was teaching kickboxing first, and it went from me teaching Muay Thai to me taking over like some of his jiu-jitsu classes or teaching for him, and then their program growing, and then TJ recruiting me from Shawnee to come run American Elite, or the smaller location. But
Yeah.
that's how I got into teaching for American Elite, training with Willie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, as far as we have someone. Good morning, Jazzy. She's
Jazzy?
from Seattle. I call her DJ Jazzy Assassin K out there. So talk about, because you won. How long ago was it that you won the PANS? Because you trained yourself up. It sounded like you didn't really go elsewhere, but you trained within your facility. You didn't really, I mean, you might have cross-trained and done seminars, but as far as having to train with world champions and stuff, there's something that you're able to self-teach yourself to become a champion. So talk about that process for you.
Man, it's been crazy. I've been pretty much teaching myself since blue belt. But I've always had really good guys. I guess my focus was to make everyone really good so they could give me a push and for competition. So I guess making them good was more of a selfish thing. But man, my teammates have been really, really great, and it was really all of them. I have some great teammates. Everyone had or still has, the same goals. Everyone wanted to be great at jiu-jitsu and win competitions. And when we trained, that was our goal. And I had some like-minded individuals that wanted to, push me, and that's pretty much how it happened. I guess I studied whoever's doing what, or whoever's the best at whatever position that I'm covering, and whatever they're doing, I would try to do, of course, add my own little spin or flair to it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've noticed. I know some of your influence, but I want to hear from who influenced your jiu-jitsu? I know the Mendes brothers is one of them.
For sure. The first video that I saw, jiu-jitsu video that I saw, was Andre Galval dancing around this fake black belt or whatever. But I knew that it would just vibe with my style and my athletic ability. And of course the Mendes brothers, I think they're the best competitor coach teammates out there. Or the Mendes brothers, I think they're the best coaches and the best competitors of all time. But as far as locally, Brandon Quick has been a staple in my game. I pretty much everything he puts out, I study. He was always on the head of the curve, or on the technique, keeping up with what's current and what's working and what's not. And so I would say Brandon Quick, but of course, and then guys like James Partridge, he was really he was our first leg lock guy, or no-gi prominent guy, and I wanted to do what he was doing, because he was foot locking everyone.
Yeah.
And plus he has great competitors like Hunter Colvin, man. Well, I mean, they started it with Pete, but like he
Yep.
kind of took the reins with that with Hunter and like Connor Dibbler and Todd Walling. They're all really good competitors, and I just wanted to do what he was doing. So
yeah, they pretty much Jams. He pretty much paved the way
yeah,
to do the leg locking game, and so everyone was like taking notice.
yeah, he blazed that for us. I don't know if he even knows that, but yeah, he did.
We have a question. What is your favorite submission?
My favorite submission? Man, I would say the calf slicer from the truck. That's probably my favorite. I feel like it's the easiest to get to with my type of game. And
you truck the world. You love being in the truck position.
man, it's so easy to to get to. Because I feel like the easiest like truck entry is like forcing a truck from turtle, and like my style of passing, like which is most of my game, forces turtle a lot, and it just kind of it always happens.
Gotcha. Is there? I'm clicking on. I'm going to click on to your IG. We're going to shrink ourselves, but
Okay.
there's a video. I don't know if it's this one. I could be wrong. Were you trucking this guy? There was a guy that you end up.
No, but
No.
This back take. Oh, I mean it derived from the like trucking concept, kind of.
Okay. Gotcha.
But that's actually like a back take that I've been working. Oh, like a concept that I've been working on. It could force a back take or force a scramble in my favor. But no, that was just
gotcha. Gotcha. Is there any videos on here that you can see that I'm scrolling through that you want to show or break down? I don't know if there's. I can keep scrolling down.
Man, there's a ton of videos on there.
Okay. Gotcha. There was something that I was watching that ended up just like flowing through and taking their back. It could be this one, maybe.
Maybe it's this one. Let's see.
Passing the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to expose.
Yeah, there you go, right there. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's just crazy. So talk about that, because I'm going to pause this for a second. Your grip, I'm going to try to see if we can break this down a little bit. You tend, like in the headquarters position, if some of you maybe from white belts or basic knowledge, headquarters, you're grabbing the bottom, if you can see right here, see how he's grabbing? You're grabbing the sleeve, the opposite sleeve and the opposite pant leg. Sometimes you can grab the opposite collar on there. So talk about how you end up developing that system that worked for you. What are some of the things you're looking principle-wise to grip for your passing in a gi game?
So I'm looking for like the most common reactions, which are pivoting and extending the feet for spider, pivoting to retain, and turtling up to retain. And so off of those reactions, it's usually like a leg drag or like him extending my arms to retain, giving me a leg drag or misdirection. Basically, I'm reacting off of everything that he gives me, and I pretty much have like an answer for like every major reaction that he does. Like I said, I'm either looking for like a leg drag, like a Toriando or headquarters, or forcing a turtle.
Okay.
At this point, and that's before headquarters. I'm looking for one of those reactions.
Yeah, I think as a person on the bottom, I'm reversing the roles. I was like, I don't want anyone like you grabbing my pant leg or my collar or my opposite sleeve to try to mitigate that from happening. So let's reverse the roles. What would you say for someone? Well, I'm trying to prevent someone like you to doing the Toriano and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm trying to go the opposite direction as far as, okay. Guard retention is what I'm trying to say. So how would you retain guard for someone like you that's trying to pass someone like me?
I would clinch, and that's how you stop this type of passing, is to get some type of clinch, whether that's like an underhook or body lock or something, because I feel like I have an answer for most reactions, so it's kind of dangerous. And man, if you have I feel like there are more tools in the guard, but man, if your guard passer is relentless, it could be pretty dangerous. So I would think that clinching is the best option, because I'm looking for like a lasso. I'm waiting for a lasso. I'm waiting for extension on spider. I'm waiting for you to turtle. I'm waiting for reverse De La Hiva. Like pretty much all the answers for the open guard, especially like De La Hiva. I like pray to God someone De La Hivas me. But I would say the best option.
Do you have a video of you breaking the De La Hiva? I think you posted out a bunch of videos, so I'm not sure.
I posted headquarters, like getting to headquarters, and I think I touched on De La Hiva just a little bit. But I don't.
So you bait people to get into De La Hiva?
I bait them for like the most common guards, like spider, De La Hiva, X guard, reverse De La Hiva. I'm kind of waiting on those.
That's awesome. I love picking your brain on stuff like that, because I do see, leg drag. You do have a lot of options with those just those grips. Once you get those grips, you can redirect them with those from leg drag to misdirection.
Leg drag, redrag, misdirection, all that.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then trucking them to turtle. Okay, we do have a bunch of questions based off watching the videos. We have Apoku on. Good morning, Apoku. He actually, you're pretty much moving because it's going to help you better financially over there, and you want to be with Brandon.
I want to make a really good run at like a black belt major or maybe ADDC Trials, and I think actually having a coach would help me do that, because I've done like so much, but I feel like there's a piece missing, and I think having a coach is that piece, so.
Gotcha. We got people on here. Yeah, that's definitely smooth transition. I'm going to play this real quick again for some of you that didn't see it. He's breaking grips. Nice. Good. Roll into that.
So right there, I'm looking for either.
Oh, right. Sorry. Let me go back to this again. Let me know if I need a pause. He's misdirecting. Breaking the spider guard. So talk about how you're breaking the spider guard right here. Looks like
because if he has his feet on me right here, me pulling against it, he's probably going to be pulling back, and me pulling against his feet is just going to help me. Him pushing for spider is helping me break that grip, because I'm gonna pull back and roll my hands at the same time that he's pushing to extend, and it's kind of helping me break that. And I just kind of how you break lasso, you're always
and you end up coming down one knee up to help break that grip. Look like, yeah. And then you're ready to roll into that.
Yeah, because so right here, I either dive. If I don't smash into headquarters at this point, the roll through was looking for either a truck bearing bolo type motion, or the Kimura trap. And
I see that Kimura trap, and then you're controlling that pant leg, and also you grab the behind his
Yeah.
mid back.
So if he gives me like the bolo truck option, then I'm looking for that with a leg drag. And like his reaction gave me leg drag to like a crab ride type of.
Gotcha. And then from there, you're loose for a second, and then you're pulling his pant leg where you're able to push with your foot.
Yeah,
right
so
there.
I'm looking for like a leg drag right here or twister hook.
Yeah.
But he's giving me leg drag.
Yeah.
But like I said, when I dive through from that headquarters position, I'm looking for Kimura trap or like bolo truck type of action.
Gotcha. And then you're using now you're crab riding. You're you got your knee up against his thigh line, hip line, knee line, and then you're rolling crab riding through into that turtle position on there. That's smooth right there. So that's I love the way anyone that I like to body surf like that too. So it just makes jiu-jitsu a lot smoother and easier. That's just the way I like to manipulate people's energy.
And it's also more fun to watch. You know, it's spectator friendly. People love that.
Yeah, for sure. What's your take on IBJJF situation as far as canceling everything for the year?
I mean, I understand their concerns. Like I don't know, like their entire situation, and some people are cautious. Some people are a little less cautious. I think there are things that we could do to run the tournaments, but I feel like they have so much invested everywhere, or they have enough money to just sit back and wait for things to blow over. And I think that's what it comes down to. Like, they don't have to work right now.
Yep. Gotcha. Good morning, Kareen. She's out from Texas area. We have Professor Kim Blake. Good morning, Kim.
What's up, Coach?
I'm not sure if you're able to answer this. What's your take on De La Riva's situation with Claudia Devel?
Hey, I try not to touch on that.
Gotcha. I figured. I was like, I'm not sure if you're able to answer that.
Yeah.
So we're talking mainly about jiu-jitsu tonight. And here's one of your, I don't know, there's like a leg lock match right here. Want to fight to win. I love that. Yep. You've been hitting that when you're starting to learn your leg locks, the reverse X rolling into that 4-1-1 position on there. So been seeing you hitting that a lot in tournaments. Yeah, here's looks like here's you. Oh, yeah, you're just like taking people's back. So I'm trying to see, scroll through here. Now, is there any and you end up hitting like the Rick James. So here's some of your Rick James videos.
Oh God.
For some of you that don't know what Rick James is, this is the foot sweep. Boop.
Oh my gosh.
It's a flying foot sweep, someone said.
I mean, that's basically what it is. Flying foot sweep. And whoop.
I love the sound effect that you throw in there.
This was the first one that I hit right there, boom. Well, the first one in competition.
So hold on, we're gonna talk about the setup of this. Nice. Thanos. So let's talk about the setup of the Rick James. So what are you looking for? How are you setting that up?
I'm looking for like a low stance, like a wrestler or like a jiu-jitsu stance. Because when I come low, all that weight's on that front foot. And I try to line my foot up. So if his left foot is in front, then I'm gonna attack it with my right foot.
Gotcha.
That one was that one's hard to see because I kind of timed that one. But this one I think you can see. See how he's coming? He's gonna come out really heavy on that front.
I see it now.
So I line my foot up with his, or I kind of hide me lining it up until I'm ready to go. I don't line it up until like I'm ready to go. But I match the same side, and then naturally when someone hops at you, you kind of hop back just a little bit. But that's when I just kind of power through. Anyways, when you hop back just a little bit, you take that weight off of that foot, and it allows me to sweep it through. And me pulling your head kind of
Gotcha. Nice.
pulls you down.
And this is your first one.
That
Well,
was
how
the
did it
first
feel?
one.
How did it feel to hit your first one?
Man, that match actually, that was my first foot sweep and my first competitive heel hook too, because I was just getting into
Learning the leg locks.
yeah. But
Awesome.
it felt great, honestly. There's probably, as far as like hitting a technique, there's no technique that feels better than hitting like a nice Rick James. But I have been practicing this for like a year because that Daniel did it to like everyone, or he did it at Pans.
Yep.
Seth did it at Pans, and it went viral, and it kind of stuck with me because I did it on accident. I was like, oh, okay, so this is the thing, and he put out an instructional. He put out an instructional, and I studied it and then practiced it for like a whole year before I tried it in comp. And then my first attempt, well, I hit it. It was just perfect.
That's awesome. Yeah, Poku was saying that he used a lot. You're getting so masterful. Kevin is the best for sure. Yeah, that's everyone loves to watch you perform. Like you said, it's so fun to watch you on that. People that don't know you, you better know Kevin before he goes. He goes big and crazy in this jiu-jitsu scene even more. So I'm going to scroll down and see if we can find any of your pan. So talk about your experience with some of your pan competition. I'm trying to see if I can find. Yeah, because that's like your major competition that I would think will be like up there.
Yeah, Pans.
That you've been trying to win. Yeah. So talk about your journey on that Pans, because you've been doing jiu-jitsu for how long, and you finally got that coveted becoming
that major, man. And
yeah.
I've gotten close a couple times, like at nationals or at going pretty far at worlds at like blue or whatever. But Pans felt so great. I trained really hard. My guys were fired up, and I was flipping tires and doing all the stuff that you're supposed to do to win a major. That's a truck to calf slicer, I think.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. You love putting people in the truck position or a turtle. You're like, this is my game.
Yeah, I love it. Man, it's like
nice.
I feel if I can force the turtle, then I feel like I could win the match. Like, even if I get it once, I was like, okay.
Yeah. So we don't want to be in a turtle position with you. Note taken on there. Oh, here's another foot sweep.
Oh yeah. That guy, that was my first match. He was so angry. He came out so angry.
Oh yeah. You don't want to come out angry.
Yeah, his face was like,
oh, there it goes. There's that hopping back like you talked about. Mm-hmm. So you end up there's many ways to you club the head around, and then you like it looks like
I generally like catch the same side, but a lot of times I can come around and catch it. But I grab the head and I pull them down as they sweep.
When you club the head, it's like how wrestlers club the head, and they're like bringing their head down to take weight off their feet a little bit.
I try to pull the head to my pocket. Like I try to pull it down to my pocket.
Okay, good to know. I like to kind of listen to reference points whenever you're teaching. Good. Let's see right here. And you've had like 4 matches.
Yeah, I have 4 matches.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
collar. Oh yeah, I love collar drags. Collar drags are one of my favorites to single leg.
It's probably I feel like it's the easiest takedown to teach that everyone could do. That won't put you in much danger,
Yep. Nice.
I was able to take everyone down at this one with like different I did like tomonagi, collar drag, foot sweep,
Yeah,
ankle picks.
yeah, those are you built like a system. Those are like your four main
Yeah,
takedowns that you just kind of cycle through
yeah, and
over and over and over again. Yeah.
I feel like each one, like everyone reacts different, and but I feel like those takedowns cover like most reactions or most reactions. That'll
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially especially in with the gi when you're if you're gonna learn four things for gi takedown, that you said the collar drag, the foot sweep. What was the other two?
The tomonagi or like the Yoko tomonagi,
Yes. Yeah.
um, and the ankle pick.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Like a fake guard pull to an ankle pick is an under-taught tool.
Yeah, and that's something that I see the Mendez brothers,
That's
AOJ, do a lot.
that's where I learned it from. Actually, Gui Mendez. I learned it from him. His ankle pick, fake guard pull to ankle pick is beautiful.
Yep, on there. And then this one, I'm showing pretty much all your package. This is the ankle pick. Yep. There you go. Awesome.
I think
so. Yep, and that's another thing, controlling the head with the collar. Nice. That's the leg. That's the typical leg pass lace right there.
Yeah, yep. That's definitely a staple in my passing.
That's crazy on there. Sorry. Let's get back to this. There's some questions on here. Jiu-Jitsu go open up your dojo someday?
Of course, on the beach.
Oh my gosh. That's like a retreat, BJJ retreat calling right there.
Exactly.
Do you see yourself transitioning to MMA? I don't think you are.
Nah, man.
You love jiu-jitsu so much.
That's for the kids. That's for the youngsters.
Gotcha. Cool. So what would you, as far as from anyone who's starting to learn to jiu-jitsu, because I know you've been a student and teacher, what are some of the perspective or philosophy or advice you would tell someone who's starting to learn, and then how to continue to progress on their journey? Is there like a certain mindset that you tell people? Because I know some people get stuck into comparing with others and where other people's journeys are, and they get frustrated because they feel like they're stuck.
Man, that's a good question. I feel like everyone's journey is different, so they're going to need different types of motivation. The only thing I could, like in the beginning, like trying to get over the initial frustrations, like the most important thing is consistency. Like the more time that you put in, the easier it'll get. I could tell you that training once a week, you're only going to get frustrated and probably eventually quit. And if you're going to commit to something, you may as well put some time in it. So if you don't have time, then if you continue, you're going to be frustrated until it takes a while. But if you want to get over that frustration really quick, you have to be consistent. Consistency is key. I know it's cliche, but
for sure. And then learning how to get comfortable with bad positions, bad spots. I don't know how often you train bad positions, but
if you look at all the major schools, they positional fight a lot from bad positions. And I think what helped me a lot, like being a blue belt, being a competitor and a blue belt coach, is like putting myself in terrible positions. One, it helps my students become familiar with, what they're supposed to be doing. Two, it helps me with my bad situations. So I think that becoming comfortable in terrible situations is really, really key, because jiu-jitsu can be really uncomfortable and really terrible sometimes.
And
Sure.
it helps us mellow ourselves out, because I know you said you used to get in fights before jiu-jitsu, and now I'm sure
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like,
Oh man,
you're just
like,
chill.
I, I try not. I try to avoid comfort. In fact, I avoid most confrontation. Like I don't. I'm chill. I don't.
Yeah, we don't need any more drama for
No,
sure
man, I get enough of that in the gym, fighting
on
for my
there.
life.
Yeah. So talk about your how your competition mindset has evolved. If you can try to recall back where you were like really, really nervous when you first started in your first competition, to pans, to when you won pans, to fight to win when you became, I think you were like a no-gi fight to win in your weight division champion or
No,
something like that.
I was gi and no gi champion. I was double
Who
champion.
does that? Who does that? That's awesome.
I try to do gi and no gi, but my mindset, man, it's weird. Like my, of course, my goal is to win. In fact, I hear a lot of people telling like they're people to go out there and have a good time, try to have a good time, get an experience, and I feel like and try not to lose. Like I feel like if you're going out there for an experience, you're gonna. I mean, you're not gonna do like what you can do, and if you're going out there to not lose, you're gonna go out there and fight differently than someone who's going out there to try and win. That person going out there to try to win, he's gonna, you know, if you're equal skill set and your mindset is to not lose and his is to win, he's probably gonna win because he wants to win. You know,
Yep.
and that's my mindset. I try to pass it on to everyone. Your goal should be to win, not to, you know, go out there and have a good time. Like I hate losing,
Yeah.
but I still get nervous, man. But like it could be like the local AGFs, like here in Oklahoma City, I'm a wreck. Like I'm nauseous. I want to throw up. Like,
Yeah,
but
I remember when we were both talking, and you're training at our gym at one time. We were talking about, man, I still get butterflies
yeah,
when I
dude.
compete. When you're telling me that, I was like, oh, on there. But we've only rolled once, so that needs to change someday
Yeah, for sure.
on there. So, but yeah, yeah, you're definitely most fun to roll with. Now, as far as now, how are you able to become? Because some people are like really imbalanced with their gi game and their no gi game. So how are you able to marry the two? Because I know the Mendes brother does it well with their gi game and no gi game whenever they're. I'm always referring back to them because they're able to marry the two and they don't really have any issues. They understand grips in gi and then no gi grips and so forth. So how are you able to be really good at gi and no gi?
I think it's just balancing out my classes. Like I think besides like jams at school, I think I have the most nogi classes in the state. I think I have 5 nogi classes like a week, and I have daytime nogi classes and I have nighttime nogi classes. And I think being a coach and having to be there day and night has helped me develop like gi and nogi because I'm literally doing both every day. Like I do gi and nogi every single day, and I think that's what it. It's just consistency in both, and I really don't see like the issue. I think just people play favorites. They have a favorite, you know. But to me, it's like chocolate and vanilla ice cream. I like them both.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Now, I didn't know if there's like certain positions, like someone starting out and trying to learn both the gi and no gi. Is there like certain basic positions, principles that you would always come back to that you can always translate to gi or no gi? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I try to address it by I think my school is small enough for me to address everyone personally. So if someone comes up to me and they want to learn some like actual self-defense, then we start with like distance management and clinching and all that stuff. But as far as like my competitors, like in the beginning, we start, you know, we we always warm up with like passing and then of course close guard. Like I feel like passing is competition wise is the majority of the game, like trying to pass someone's legs, you know? And Of course, starting with the base and closed guard is, I feel like, the most important, but that's generally how I start.
Yeah. And that's how I learn as like the biggest thing for me is learning how, especially in blue belt, is understanding and learning how to pass. I think once you start to learn how to do that, then you'll start to open up as far as starting to understand how to get people in with trying to attack with a little bit more submissions, but transitioning through positions, and then the submissions will come. And that's how I kind of learn. Everyone's going to be different because everyone's, maybe a school is starting to teach like submissions first.
You can. It's submission to position is viable. Like it's a great concept, and you have traps that are submission to position. But generally, position before submission is stronger until you learn different traps and setups, and then you can start doing submission to position and back and forth.
Gotcha. Cool. So other than that, you said your future lies in Florida and getting ready for ADDC Trials. Looks like, are you starting a gym with Brandon Quick out there, or what's the process going to look like?
So yeah, we're gonna open up out there. There's a really big market, and then just go from there.
Okay, on there, cool. And then building your ADDC trial team out there, training partners.
So awesome. I'll be in Florida with I have some friends out there, so it's not like I'll be out there alone. Plus, I'll be there with Brandon and Brock Garlic. I don't know if you know he is, but he's a pretty solid training partner. And plus, I have friends from the Hanato Tavares Association down there, and we're going to be doing some cross training and things like that. So,
gotcha. Have you been to the trials yet?
Yeah, I went, and man, like I
Talk
had
about that.
Yeah, I was like, my head was fuzzed up, and I like, in fact, I was my first match at the trials. I was ahead, and like in my head, the way we tied up, like I wanted to throw a flying armbar because I wanted to end the match. Even though I was ahead, I just wasn't playing conservative, and like my ADHD like made me impulse to this dang flying armbar that I missed, and it gave up position and points, and I just lost that way. Even though if I would have played my game, and I was so fired up, if I would have played my game, I could have did better, but I just made a silly mistake, and all at that level, that's all you get.
Yeah,
that's all you get.
For sure. It's understanding. I think each time you go out there, it's just understanding how to tactically, because the first half, it's like there's no points. And so you're pretty much free to, try to go for attacks. Yeah. But then there's that bridging of, okay, right before the point starts, it's a matter of who's going to have that timing to be ready to sweep someone over when the point starts, or,
yeah, there's so much. So. There's so much to think about in that little moment.
Yep, for sure. All right. So unless everyone else has any questions, I appreciate you stopping, because you helped me understand how you're able to set up your game for the most part. But and then kind of seeing where you're going. Just love hearing seeing you from afar, watching you do jiu-jitsu, and then with your professional career continuing to go to the next level, which is great. I'd love to see you. When did they announce when the ADDC trials are going to be?
I think it's like 4 months or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. So.
Okay. Well, at least hopefully by next year, you'll be ready. And so so let's leave it like this. What is like a positive message or mantra or quote you would like to leave for others today?
Man, Black lives do matter. That's it.
Yep. And that's something, well, I want to let you know, I love you, brother. I think the biggest thing right now, because angerness, or let's just say angerness begets angerness.
It's true.
Okay. And love begets love. So if we can show a lot more love, regardless of where we stand, because we're going to have certain beliefs and stance, but in order for us to break barriers, we have to at least show some sort of compassion and love amongst each other.
That's what it's about.
So yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for jumping on last minute. All right. Take care of yourself. All right. Thank you, everyone. God bless everyone. Take care. Good.